Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak to Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
The song that you are currently listening to is called Killing Time. This is a vocal remix of an instrumental track created by the producer Mello-Fi, written and sung by myself, Jamie Lammers. That's right, I'm doing self-promotion this time around, why not? If you're interested in hearing this song along with two other vocal remixes of Mello-Fi's instrumental tracks, my duet on Finn O'Sullivan's song Every Time, or my debut single Now That I've Been Honest, you can find them wherever you get your music. And to keep an eye on my artistic endeavors, then be sure to head to my Linktree, linktr.ee/Animal Doctor.
I'm not expecting us to catch feelings, but I wanna see you again. We've both been going through our own stresses. I know we've both been finding our directions, but now I think that we should take a little time to leave our fears aside.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Jamie Lammers, and welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast. Today, I'm bringing you a special segment brought to you by our correspondent, Maryann Rosen. But before we get into that segment, our preliminary announcements first. Our podcast is going to go through a few formatting changes over the next couple of weeks. I'm hopefully going to be able to implement a more consistent schedule of an episode every Monday and an episode every Friday. And there might also be some smaller segments scattered throughout the week. For now, though, at least expect that base schedule of one episode on Monday, one episode on Friday. If you're interested in subscribing to The Mountaineer today to get your news from peak to peak, then be sure to head to the mtnear.com and click on the subscribe button in the top right corner of our homepage. From there, you'll get full access to our digital archive and scanned copies of our physical newspaper. And you can choose to send a physical subscription to your mailbox or to the mailbox of someone that you love. If you're interested in getting advertising in the paper and or the podcast, head to themountaineer.com/advertise to see what offers are available, or email our editor-in-chief, Barbara Hardt, at info@themountaineer.com, or myself at media@themountaineer.com, and we'll get something sorted for you. Also email us if you're interested in being involved in any way, shape, or form in the podcast. We're always looking for new voices to join us and new DJs to offer new segments, so be sure to reach out if you're interested. Because of the new format changes, the regular promotional announcements brought to you by the Mountaineer will now serve as our mid-roll for the time being. So, without any further ado, it's time to get into today's special segment from our correspondent, Maryann Rosen.
This is the Mountaineer Podcast, and I'm Maryann Rosen, bringing you history, lore, or stories from or about the mountains you live in. With June and summer approaching, it seems a good time to revisit the history of the Central City Opera House, whose current summer season will run from June 28th through August 3rd. As spoken about in prior podcast stories, music has always been an integral part of the Peak-to-Peak region. During the Gold Rush days, Cornish and Welsh miners who came over from the United Kingdom brought with them strong musical traditions. Drawing on their cultural background, miners sang in the mines, saloons, churches, and even formed singing societies. During the gold rush, mining songs consisted of ballads and songs about the gold rush experience. Songs from that era included O Susanna, Sweet Betsy from Pike, and The Days of 49. Instruments like banjos, fiddles, guitars, and harmonicas were popular because they were portable and well-suited for the goldfields. This love and tradition of music led to the building of the Central City Opera House. Built in 1878 by Welsh and Cornish miners, along with the citizens of Central City, and funded by the Gilpin County Opera House Association, the Central City Opera House was the state of Colorado's first. Designed by Denver architect Robert A. Rochlob, it is a Renaissance Revival stone and brick structure with crescent-shaped balconies and arched windows. San Francisco artist John C. Massman painted a mural to the ceiling with a central medallion that features the sky, surrounded by a large geometric pattern and trompe-l'oeil architectural moldings. The Opera House is kept cool during the summer by a creek that flows through a flume under the building. It was an opera house befitting Central City, then known as the richest square mile on earth. Unfortunately, her early golden years were somewhat short-lived. As the mines were played out, the Opera House fell into disrepair. Buffalo Bill, theater productions, and even a circus used the building in order to keep it open. Peter McFarlane, who was a contractor for the original construction, became a contractor for a renovation with no structural changes in 1903. He became the principal owner by 1910 when he turned the Opera House into a motion picture theater. McFarlane closed the Opera House in 1927. In 1929, a dedicated band of Denver preservationists and music lovers formed the Central City Opera House Association to perform a renovation and reopen the Opera House. The volunteer effort was led by Ida Cruz McFarlane, Edna Chappell, and Ann Evans, daughter of Governor John Evans. These efforts resulted in an extensive restoration of the Opera House, which by then had been donated to the University of Denver. In the summer of 1932, actress Lillian Gish opened the newly restored Opera House with Camille. It began a tradition of offering summer opera and theater festivals, which have become nationally recognized. That same year, the Central City Opera Company was established, becoming the fifth oldest opera company in the country, but only the second oldest summer opera company, only behind the Chautauqua Opera in southwestern New York. The Opera House has hosted the opera company ever since. Some of the memorable operas performed through the years were the American classic, The Ballad of Baby Doe, which tells the story of wealthy mine owner Horace Tabor and his second wife, Baby Doe Tabor. It was first staged in 1956. The popular one-act opera, The Face on the Barroom Floor, was performed in 1978. In 2001, it was the first opera company in the United States to produce Gloriana of Elizabeth I, and in 2003, Gabriel's Daughter premiered. The opera The Girl of the Golden West by Giacomo Puccini, which is set in Central City, provides a glimpse into the music and themes of the Gold Rush era. The opera reflects the romantic and dramatic aspects of life in a mining camp. Puccini considered it his greatest accomplishment. The opera, due to its setting and plot, is a natural fit for the Opera House and Company and was part of the 2024 season. Up until the year 2000, all of the operas were performed in English. Central City Opera now performs all of its operas in their original languages. Central City Opera's prestigious Bonfils Stanton Foundation Artists Training Program has served for more than 4 decades as a national model for training young singers. Today, the Central City Opera House features modern comforts with plush seating. Many of the chairs commemorate Colorado pioneers, notable performers, and opera supporters. Names like Horace Tabor, Buffalo Bill, and Beverly Sills are carved on the backs of the seats. Now listed on the National Historic Register, the summer festival takes place at 8,500 feet above sea level in Central City, 35 miles west of Denver, where the company owns and maintains 27 Victorian-era properties. Patrons gather from all over the country and abroad to watch performances in the intimate 550-seat Jewel Box Central City Opera House. This year's season runs from June 28th to August 3rd and will include 3 operas: the classics Once Upon a Mattress and The Barber of Seville, along with The Knock, a moving portrait of the resilience of military spouses during the war in Iraq. There will also be a performance, CCO in Concert, Opera's Greatest Hits. Enjoy the Central City Opera Chorister alongside principal singers and a full chorus performing numbers from Carmen, The Pearl Fishers, La Traviata, The Tales of Hoffmann, and more. This is happening one night only, so get your tickets soon. For all information about tickets and schedules, check out the Mountain Ear in print or online, or search online at centralcityopera.org. You can also find out more about the history of the Opera House online as well. Listen in next time to the Mountain Ear Podcast for more mountain history, lore, or stories. I'm Maryann Rosen. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Maryann, for bringing us another great segment. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a segment of hers out every first and third Monday of the month. So be sure to check back in a couple of weeks to hear another great segment from her. In the meantime, if you want to share this episode or others around with whoever you see fit, then be sure to head to our podcast's main hub at the mtnearpodcast.buzzsprout.com, or scroll down near to the bottom of our website's homepage at the mtnear.com to see a full archive of all of our episodes. Again, if you're interested in being involved in the podcast in any way, shape, or form, or you're interested in getting advertising into the physical paper and or the podcast, then be sure to email info@themountaineer.com and or myself at media@themountaineer.com, and we'll get something sorted for you. And finally, check out our individual podcast episode descriptions for a full list of all of our most important websites. Our main homepage, our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and our new form where business venues can submit events to promote in the paper and or the podcast. You can also send us a text through those individual episode descriptions and let us know what you think about the paper and or the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And this time, I will actually see you on Friday. Have a great rest of your day. The song that you are currently listening to is called Comeback. This is a vocal remix of an instrumental track created by the producer Mello-Fi, written and sung by myself, Jamie Lammers. That's right, I'm doing self-promotion this time around. Why not? If you're interested in hearing this song along with 2 other vocal remixes of Mello-Fi's instrumental tracks, my duet on Finn O'Sullivan's song Every Time, or my debut single Now That I've Been Honest, you can find them wherever you get your music. And to keep an eye on my artistic endeavors, then be sure to head to my Linktree, linktr.ee/animaldoctor.
Don't know if this will last much longer. You know what, maybe someday we can get back to the way things used to be when you were with me all the time. Now it's time to say goodbye as I'm looking in your eyes. Know the instant that you leave, I want you to come back. Please come back to me.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak to Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.